something that fits you. People ask, what is swing weight? It's just a relative point between measuring the basically a balance point between the head and the butt end of the club. So when we put this on the swing weight scale, it gives us an idea of how light it is or how heavy it is relative to the head and the butt section. So in this instance right here, this is without grip. Typically when you add the grip, obviously the swing weight will decrease, but this just gives you an idea. Right now, the swing weight on this particular model is going to be about a little bit over D4. So D4, that's a relative scale without a grip. Now, when you add it on a standard rubber grip, which is typically about 50 gram plus, it's going to be about 10 swing weight difference. So it's going to be C4. So in this case, extremely light. So how do we remember this? A lot of times, the first thing you can do is really add tip weight to it. For example, this particular head, the hosel is deep enough where we can actually add a tip weight to the hosel and then to plug and play. Now every 2 grams that you add to the head weight will be about 1 swing weight point. So if we're at C4, you probably need to add about roughly 10 to 12 grams to get the swing weight to a reasonable D0. Now another factor you have to consider is what grip you're using. For example, I have 2 grips here that are totally different. We have a mid-size grip here and a standard size. Mid-size can be a lot heavier. Depending on company manufacturer, it could be anywhere from 60 to 80 grams. This particular grip right here is in the 50 grams. So the factor of the lighter weight grip will actually increase the swing weight. So that's another thing. When you're building it, you have to put everything together. So I added a little bit of tip weight, put this on here, and then easy way to do it, just put it on a swing weight scale, is just to put the grip there. And now you have a true representation of what the swing weight will be. So you can get this, whatever you need it to be. If you need it to be around D0, the main thing is that you get the set consistent from 3-iron to wedge. Meaning if your 3-iron's D0, you want pretty much all your clubs to be around D0 to D1. From 3 to the pitching wedge. A lot of people get hung up on trying to hit a certain swing weight. That's not the key. Make sure it's just consistent. I don't care if it's D0, D2, D4. Again, just have consistency throughout the set. One important thing to note is that swing weight is a relative term. Every individual out there will feel differently about D0 and D6. Some people might perceive the D6 to be light. Some people might perceive the D0 to be heavier. The reason why is because a lot of times you might be feeling more head weight. Some people prefer head weight, some people prefer total weight. For example, on tour, you look at Bryson DeChambeau. He plays a Jumbo Max grip. Guess what? His swing weights are super light because his grips are super heavy. But the overall total weight of the club is heavier than pretty much anyone else on tour. So just to summarize, the most important thing is just when you're going through a fitting, find something that's going to be comfortable in terms of if you hit a certain iron really well, go ahead and get that measure. If it's like D2 and the rest are D0, guess what? You're probably going to be more comfortable with playing a set that's D2. Again, when you're building a set from scratch, you have to make sure you go through these very small steps. I see a lot of people, when they build, they'll just build to length. Don't worry about swing weight. You have to worry about swing weight in terms of making it consistent from set to set. Again, I could care less if you're playing D0 or D6. Just find something that you feel comfortable with, and hit the center of the club face more times than not, and then build off that for your rest of your set.